Yeah. So people, social media influencers have been saying, this burns loads of fat and it's fantastic, etc. This sort of workout on a treadmill incline, okay? So this study, all right, looked at, and compared going on a treadmill incline compared to like a normal pace of running. All right, so I wanted to go over this with you. So, which exercise do you think burns more fat? Do you think it was the running or the incline walking? What would you say?
I would have said the incline walking, but
Yeah,
I'd have said walking because your terrain changes and the temperatures that you're dealing with change as well.
Okay, so it's a bit of a trick question on my part. Okay, so when we think of energy, all right, that we've got available in our bodies, there's two main sources that we use. Okay, so one is carbohydrates in the form of glycogen, and that's a fast release energy. Okay, so when we do something like a sprint or high intensity exercise, we will be more inclined to use carbohydrates as a fuel source, right?
that's
And
why
then
runners carb up the day before a long run, isn't it? So
yeah,
yeah,
so fat, right, is the other source of fuel that we use. There's three macronutrients. There's carbs, fat, and protein. Protein is like a really poor source of energy. So your body doesn't use protein as a fuel. It uses it obviously for repair, and muscle building, etc. All right. So, um, yeah, it's quite confusing, all right, because when people say a certain exercise burns fat, what they are referring to is the energy source. Okay, so does that make sense? It's not that it necessarily burns more fat as in calories. And
yeah.
sometimes the way things can get marketed can be quite confusing. So if anyone is saying this exercise burns fat, okay, well, they probably not being what's the word? Not honest about, but fully transparent about is that they mean you're utilizing fat as an energy source, which isn't the same as comparing like how many calories you burn. So are you kind of hopefully
Yeah.
this will make sense by the end, okay? But yeah,
It makes sense, but are you able to send the recording after this? Because I never knew this, and this is mind blowing to me.
yeah, of course I will. Okay. So, yeah, carbs, think of it like petrol, right? It burns quickly, it's easy to access, it's perfect for like fast running, sprinting, hit, and it's used when your body needs energy right now. Fat, think of fat, right, as an energy source. It's like a log burner, it'll burn slowly and steadily. It needs oxygen, right? And we tend to use it more for walking, incline walking, or like steady cycling. All right, so we use fat as an energy source when your body isn't under, that time pressure. Okay. Right, so what is the 12-3-30 treadmill workout? So basically, right, you put the treadmill on an incline of 12%, which is quite steep. Right, you go to 3 mile per hour pace, which is like a normal walking pace, and you do it for 30 minutes. Okay, so you get influencers saying this is the new craze, this will burn loads of fat. What it will do, okay, the sweat will be pumping out of you if you do this for 30 minutes. So it is an excellent form of activity. All right. Um, but the reason I put this together isn't to say that one form of exercise is better than the other, as this study will find out, okay? So what the researchers compared was incline walking compared to running on a treadmill at a normal, um, what's the word? Gradient. So what they found was, right, both workouts, they burned the same number of calories. All right, so one wasn't better than the other for burning the same amount of calories. So what they did find, right, was running burns calories faster and incline walking burns calories more slowly. But the incline walking uses more fat for fuel during a workout. Okay, and that's what I've just like kind of gone over. So why does that matter? So it uses fat more efficiently, all right, when you're on an incline. It's lower impact, it's easier to recover from, all right, and it creates less stress on your body. And that kind of makes, if you're doing that something that you could do every day and not feel knackered every day from it. Okay, whereas, if you have quite a hard, intense run, you might ache the next day, you might feel more hungry. Okay, so this is where it kind of comes in useful if we're in a calorie deficit and we're trying to lose body fat. Okay, and that's why.
Sorry to interrupt you, Claire. I'm smiling because I literally did incline walking on the tread as one of my exercises this evening before I spoke to you.
Good. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's why I constantly go on to you guys. All right, get your steps up. It's really important for fat loss overall. And yeah, just generally, okay, as we get older, recovery takes a little bit longer, right? And as I said, sometimes if you do too much intense exercise, all right, it can backfire and make you more hungry. All right, which is why sometimes we need to be a bit more strategic with how we do things. Okay, so yeah, the key message is, all right, even though you might be burning fat as a fuel, all right, the overall thing that's important to lose body fat is being in a calorie deficit. Okay, that's what's going to control and losing fat over time. It's what we eat and drink. Okay, it's not so much about what forms of activity are best for burning fat. Okay, yeah, but it's how we create that deficit that matters. All right, so the best exercise is one you enjoy, you recover from, and you can repeat consistently. All right, so we certainly don't need to punish our body. So the main thing the reason I put this together, okay, is to show people that you don't have to run to lose or have punishing workouts to lose body fat. Especially if you don't like running, then you don't have to do it. You're not going to enjoy it. And then yeah, you don't have to exhaust yourself or earn food through suffering. Okay, it's that consistency that beats the intent. It's finding something that you enjoy. So just to clarify, okay, the thing that actually drives fat loss isn't the fuel that you use. It isn't whether you use fat or carbs. It comes down to one thing. Fat loss happens consistently, right, when you eat fewer calories than your body needs. Not because you run instead of walk, not because you burn more fat during a workout, or not because you choose like a better, for example, cardio option. The calorie deficit is always what matters when it comes to fat loss. Okay, so the reason, okay, again, why are we talking about incline walking? Not everybody can run, all right? So some people have got health issues, joint problems. Not everyone enjoys running. Some people don't recover well from it. Yeah, so hopefully this is like quite motivational for people who can't run and or don't enjoy it, to show you that you can still definitely get a really good low impact workout by doing incline walking. Right, so like I said, I've tried this for 30 minutes and the sweat was pumping out of me. I still got a good cardio workout in. My heart rate was high. That's good for my cardiovascular system. Okay, so yeah, the takeaway, right, choose what you can do consistently. If you love running, amazing, you keep running. Okay, if you can't run, incline walking is a really good alternative. If something feels sustainable, that's going to be your best option. Okay, so you definitely don't need to punish your body to lose fat. You need a calorie deficit. Movement overall, that guys from from doing this for a few weeks. And yeah, something that fits your body and life. Okay, so what are your thoughts on that?
My thought is that I love running personally, but my body does not.
Okay.
So like, because I do stage combat and stuff like that, part of the message that our group leader always says to me is, because I've got the most health conditions